Hello Catco TV land. My name's Brent Herman. Today we're on a Lagoon 39 named Rhythmic Sea. Come aboard, take a look. Notice right here it says 39, but also the reason we're standing here, when you get on the boat, they put a step, they put it right here so you can grab on and just swing your leg over for ease of getting on and off the boat. At the back of the boat here, you notice this is where the shower is and also the swim ladder. When you get out of the water sports or what have you, you can spray off with fresh water. It's a very nice feature on all the boats. Coming across the side here, you'll notice this one has a stainless steel davits that can hold a quite large dinghy for the size of the boat. Works out extremely well. Doesn't put too much stress on the back of the boat. Very easy system to operate. It has two fuel tanks, 53 gallons apiece. So you have quite a bit of fuel, so the range is very good on these boats. Depends on what kind of weather you're in, but still it's sipping the fuel, and that's what they're made to do. Low RPM or high RPM. 29 horse Yanmar engines. There's two of them. That sit about 20 feet apart. The beam on this boat is 22 feet 3 inches. It gives you fantastic maneuverability, and you have the reliability of having a great power plant as a Yanmar engine. The 39 does feature a quite large aft cockpit table. You'll notice also the steps leading up to the helm. That was one of the new designs back in 2014 with the whole line of Lagoon 39s. Also, it's not on there now, but you can enclose the aft cockpit because as you come forward, you notice that the salon door opens up. And so if you enclose this, you'll notice the AC would come outside. You can use this as extra living space. This particular boat is a 2014 Lagoon 39. You notice it has the modern electronics on it, as well as all the lines on a modern Cat pretty much have the lines led right into the cockpit here. You'll notice the efficiency in being able to vantage point see from here. This has a self-tacking jib on the front, which makes it extremely easy to single-hand the boat. This boat has a Dodger on the front. This particular canvas has been restitched and is ready to go. With the flow of the boat walking around, you'll notice the flush-mounted hatches as you walk around the boat. This particular boat has the bow pulpit seats, very much sought after option from Lagoon. Each side, the port and starboard side, has a built-out bow compartment, thus extending if you put it in the charter. If you decide to go that way, it works extremely well. Or for private use, it's a great place for the kids and extra people to be able to sleep. So up here at the front of the boat, for weight distribution purposes, there's a couple things I'd like to share with you. This one has the water tank up here. Again, for weight distribution, you have close to 80 gallons of water, obviously times 8 pounds a gallon. It's quite a bit of weight that you want to have to balance out the boat. This also shows you how to get to the windlass, when, not if, it needs to be worked on. Those are things that I really like to point out to people because it's a maintenance item that you want to get to. When you get inside here, you'll understand, and you see all the anchor, chain, and rope available to you. This side, I've taken the liberty to crack open the 9 kVA Fisher Panda generator, very reliable. You'll see where it sits again for weight distribution purposes. Also, you'll have a separate starting battery for the generator. You'll notice how easy access the filters are and the battery switches for the generator. Another feature about Lagoons that you might enjoy is that when the anchor chain comes out, it goes across the top, the anchor comes out the front of the boat, unlike other models. I particularly like that because you can get to the chain if something fouls on it. Also, you hook your bridle very easily to the front of it when you're mooring the boat. This one has the factory trampolines that are very, very comfortable and very easy to replace when the time comes. As we move around the boat, you'll notice this is the self-tacking jib I had shared with you before. Very easy to single-hand the boat because there's not much trim involved. This leads up to a little bit shorter of a boom, so your jib is your actual main thrust of the boat. But this particular boat is 60 feet 4 inches, so it's intercoastal friendly. Ample space to put solar panels, to have kayaks or what have you on top of the boat if you wish. You don't want to look like the Beverly Hillbillies going down the side of the intercoastal, but it's something that very much fit a lot of different equipment on. Again, bridge deck clearance is one of the reference points I made. You'll notice back here what I was referring to. Sits a little higher off the water. That has to do with the way the boat's designed. Shape of the hull and all the modern cats, especially Lagoon, is such where they're not V-shaped. Years and years ago, they used to be V-shaped hulled. So when you load it down as a cruiser or a family cruiser, it would penalize you in speed because the more you weight it down, the more it sits in the water. These particular boats, I use the analogy of pushing a balloon down on the water because of the round shape of the hull. A lot of resistance and buoyancy. So the boats are very buoyant. Sails a lot more efficiently that way. You can load it down with a lot of different things. All of a sudden, these become fantastic family cruisers. The resale on these boats is a lot better than a lot of the different cats because they're built by Group Beneteau. Group Beneteau builds 2,000 or 3,000 boats a year. Lagoon specifically sits on one side of the family tree. You get to utilize all of the benefits of dealing with the larger company, the technology and the CNC machines and things like that. So it's an overall better built boat. That translates into better resale. That's one of the things that I really harp on because history tells me you're going to own the boat for 3 to 5 years. So I look at that. There should be no hesitation for you to be able to come back to Catamaran Company, more specifically myself, well suited, be able to sell the boat if it's marketed correctly through our various venues of catamarans.com or Multi-Hulls magazine. This boat has the cutaway sugar scoops on it for ease of getting in and out of the dinghy. You notice you come down the side of the boat. There are 3 cleats on each side, and 2 in the aft. That's 8 total. This boat also features the 2 on each side, 2 windows. Really opens up the downstairs of the boat. You can see out, but you can't see in. It works extremely well. One thing you will notice is standing next side of the boat. The freeboard of this boat is fantastic. What that is it gives you inside headroom. So if you're a bigger person, you get a lot more room inside the hull of the boat. But these particular boats sit higher off the water. The French built boats are the best at that. So that's one thing that's very much negated throughout the line as far as the pounding or the slapping. All the boats do it, but to what degree? Lagoon's one of the best at it. Coupled with the freeboard that I made mention of, you notice that this will give you a great vantage point of the windows. The windows on a Lagoon do 3 different things. It gives you the panoramic view all the way around the boat, from wherever you're sitting inside the boat or in the aft cockpit. The second thing it does is it gives you the headroom all the way forward, so maybe even the smaller models, it makes it feel very much larger on the inside. The third thing, probably most important thing it does, is you'll see the curtains on this boat are deployed right now, but the greenhouse effect. This boat, and as well as the Lagoon line, sunlight can't get inside the main salon there, so it doesn't heat up and get smoking hot during the hotter months down here in South Florida and or the Caribbean. So it works out extremely well. As we walk inside, one of the things you'll notice is in the self-tacking jib, the mast step has to be moved back. They make it with a very durable stainless steel finish, obviously. Inside the main salon of the 39, 40,000 BTUs of air conditioning. Short of hanging icicles throughout the boat, it works extremely well. Again, ample storage on any catamaran. Lagoon 39 is no different. Show you the nice ergonomic way that they put the microwave inside. 3-burner stove. nav station up here. I come from the service background, so I look at things a little differently and how do you get them to fit, how do you get to them to fix them. So on these particular boats, the Lagoon specifically throughout the line, 2 access points here, and this just drops down. Everything on the boat is easily taken apart to be able to get to it. It's not if it when you want to add something. This particular boat, you can change the amperage of the batteries, the lights throughout the boat, and the water and fuel systems. You can check them very easily. I get asked quite a bit, 3 versus 4 cabin. You'll notice the space in the berths on this particular boat, as well as the 4 cabin setup. If you're going to put it in some type of charter fleet, would work out extremely well. These 2 berths are built out, so it maximizes your space for 7 to 10 days. It works out extremely well in charter and offset the cost of the boat. As we come downstairs, this is a 4 cabin 2 head boat. You notice how much room we have and how large the beds are in the cabins. This would be a great boat for chartering. You notice inside you do have access again to the port and starboard build out berths up front. No shortage of space here in this front berth as well. European standard spec on the Lagoons. You'll notice that they do have hatches that have been closed. You'll see 1 hammer, stainless steel hammer on this side and 1 on the other, and 1 back by the life raft where the life raft is stowed. So if their boat ever goes turtle, you just smash them and they come right out. Some of the sides are stored in here. This is how this owner did it. For the Dodger upstairs, so it can be fully enclosed. Just again showing you the storage throughout the boat. Your switches for the lights. You do have the fans that blow the cold air around. Again, this boat has air conditioning, 40,000 BTUs. These are some of my favorites. The mosquitoes have teeth down here in this part of the world, so the mosquito screen on one side, and you'll notice the other side has a shade. Works out extremely well. A lot of the owners throughout the years have shared with the Lagoon some different ideas. Something sounds kind of small, but actually makes a huge difference is this aft porthole, which for cross ventilation works out really well during the hot summer nights, and if the air conditioning is not on, you get plenty of ventilation. Hope you enjoyed your tour today. Please call me or email me at the number below and information below. If you have any questions on this or any other boats that we feature on Catco TV.